Okay, let's get this set up. All right, so we are currently at Jones Beach. Now, the reason I'm in my car and not outside helping everybody set up is because it's so windy that you don't want to be outside unless you have to be outside. And we're waiting on the hot chocolate delivery right now. So I guess because the truck is too big for the space, we can't move our truck into the space because the hot chocolate truck needs to be there. It's a whole thing. It's cold. It's 15 degrees. This is probably a little more personal than necessary, but I'm going to share it because I want to show you guys that this channel is supposed to be as transparent as possible. I legitimately want to share my experiences as a small business owner in the photography, videography world so that other people can learn from that. But I wanted to talk a little bit today about a few things because there's a little bit of downtime and I've been thinking a lot while I've been in this car for the last 45 minutes. This year is going to be a make or break it year for me. And I hate being like dramatic, but the truth of the matter is I'm getting older and money matters more. And I can't just keep going along this path of like, let me do this for exposure. Because I'm kind of at like a pivotal point in my life right now where I'm getting married this year. I want to travel a little bit more than I used to. And I also just need money, you know? I didn't work for 6 months last year. So a lot of this year is going to be trying to recoup those finances. And on top of that, like, I want to move and end up owning property. The only problem is trying to find that balance of grinding out what you need to grind out to get to where you want to get to, but also not sacrificing too much. Because the problem is online and with social media, you only see the people that made it. You don't really see the people like that haven't made it yet. By the time you see them, they've already beaten the algorithm. They've already figured out what they need to figure out to become successful on social media. Not the millions of other people like me that are just posting and trying to find their way. So that's why this year I'm going to really make more of an effort to try to really push forward my business, take hold of my social media, and see what I could do when I really put my full focus in it. When I didn't work for 6 months last year, it really took a really big mental toll on my brain because ever since I went freelance in 2022, which was only at the time 3 years prior, but I had worked 95% of the time. And yeah, sure, I have a month downtime here, a month downtime there, whatever. It wasn't like that big of a deal. I never really found myself in like a scary situation. And when I didn't work for 6 months, I just kind of assumed, oh, work will find me. Like, I have enough contacts. What ended up happening was all of my contacts got laid off. The companies dissolved. There just wasn't work, right? It was hard to just find people who had work, who could give me work. And I really been solidly employed by one contact, which very, 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 very grateful for. But last year, he only had work for me for about 6 months of the year. And then the project that we were supposed to work on kept getting delayed. So there were 6 months where I didn't really have anything. And like my original plan was to try to supplement that downtime with my side business. But I was kind of in this weird headspace where I was afraid to take too much side business work because that doesn't pay as well as my regular job in television. So, you know, I wouldn't really take anything big because I didn't want it to interfere with a full-time job. But then the full-time job never came. So I missed out on opportunities with my camera work. And then I kind of got into this like bad mental state where it was like a mix between I was getting lazy, but also super uninspired, super unmotivated. And it just kind of felt like no matter what I tried, when I was trying to find work, it just wasn't working. So that's my number one goal for this next year is not, oh, I want to get a certain amount of followers or I want this amount of money. Like my goal this year is to just build contacts. That's what 2026 is going to be. This is my year to expand outside of my circle. I took a chance on myself a few years ago, and it's time to do that again. I need to start diving into some work that I've never done before, expand my contacts, and just keep building my portfolio, but not at the expense of losing out on too much of my social life. Because that's the other part too, is when I'm working full-time for my contracted job, I'm finding that it's just very difficult for me to balance that in my personal life to begin with. And then trying to balance that, my personal life and my side business at the same time, is just very difficult. So I think I just need to reprioritize a couple things. And I need to also realize that my personal life cannot also be video stuff, because for work, I work in video and I edit all day. My side business, I film and I edit all day. I can't also have my personal hobby be filming and editing all day. I think I need to branch out and let myself branch out, instead of saying like, you can't enjoy this hobby because you should be grinding instead. There's a very fine line. And that's something that I think I'm just going to be forever working on. But anyway, I think that's something that every freelancer probably goes through at some point in their life. And this is that point for me. So this year, I have some goals in mind. And I said this on Instagram not too long ago, but like, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I think they're just kind of a waste of time. I think they're arbitrary and most people don't follow them, right? So I just decided in 2025, I'm just going to start it in November, and I've been actually doing really well with it. I've been posting more on Instagram. I've been making new contacts. I am working for a new company on the side, which is what I'm doing right now, where I just photograph their racing events. I just signed 2 new contracts. One with a company. I can't really talk too much about them at the moment. Maybe by the time this gets posted, it's public. I don't know. But one of them is another trading card thing. Another one is with a YouTuber, actually, and I'm going to be editing his content. Very excited about that one. And I also have a documentary coming out this year, although that's a personal thing. I expect it to do somewhat well in the online space. And I don't mean that in like I expect this to go viral. I just think a lot of eyes are going to go on it due to the nature of the documentary. It's an investigative documentary. It's about video games. Those tend to do pretty well. So, anyway, that's kind of what's on the radar for this year. And on top of that, my plan is to post 2 YouTube videos a month at the very least. If I post 2 a month, I'll be happy. I want to post more on Instagram. I want to do more videos like this. And also, I want to take my website to the next level. At some point this year, I do want to open up a shop. I want to sell either digital products or physical products. I'm not sure yet. I prefer to sell physical products, to be honest with you. I just think they're really, really difficult to actually start selling. Oh, back to my documentary. I'm going to do my first in-person showing ever for a piece of work of mine. Professional piece of work of mine, I should say. Because I've done like film festivals in the past, but like they were like college things. Like everything gets accepted and stuff like that. This is going to be, I'm going to host my own showing, my own screening for my documentary that I spent 3 years doing. And I'm still working out the details on that, but you guys will be the first to know. And I'm really excited for it. And on top of that, I'm also getting married. So there's like a lot of things going on this year. And I'm really excited to share with all you guys. I'm starting to see people head to the truck. So I think the delivery came. I'm going to end this here. But if you guys are still here, thank you so much. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas for what you want to see on this channel, or if you are feeling the same way as another fellow freelancer. And yeah, I want this to be like a forum. Like I want this to be a community. I want this to be like a back and forth. And I really do want to just improve and grow. Why was my Apple Watch was on this whole time, just recording what I was saying. I don't know if that sent it to somebody. I don't know if that was Siri. I don't know what was going on, but whatever. All right, I guess I'm turning boomer. Have a good night or day. Enjoy the rest of your day.